Russell Crowe, one of Hollywood's most intense and passionate actors, has never been known for mincing words. Beyond his acting career, Crowe has always been a huge music enthusiast. He's been part of several bands and often talks about music as one of his greatest loves. But like any strong personality, he's had his share of conflicts and criticisms. At 61, Crowe finally opened up in an unfiltered conversation, revealing the 7 musicians he truly couldn't stand. Whether because of artistic disagreements, clashing egos, or plain old bad blood. Let's dive into the 7 musicians who, for one reason or another, managed to get under the skin of Russell Crowe. 1. Axl Rose. Russell Crowe has often praised rock legends, but Axl Rose, the mercurial frontman of Guns N' Roses, rubbed him the wrong way. Crowe once said that while he admired Rose's early energy and vocal power, he couldn't stand his arrogance. The two reportedly met backstage at an event in the late 90s, and things didn't go well. Crowe found Rose's larger-than-life attitude more about ego than music, claiming that he acted like a rock god instead of a genuine artist. The clash left Crowe unimpressed. He described the encounter as like trying to have a conversation with a thunderstorm that only talks about itself. Despite recognizing Guns N' Roses' legendary status, Crowe simply never liked the energy Rose carried off stage. "Music is about connection, not domination," he once remarked. 2. Kanye West. Crowe's issues with Kanye West stem from more than just personality. It's about values. While he acknowledged West's genius as a producer, he found Kanye's constant self-promotion and controversial antics unbearable. In an interview, Crowe admitted, "I respect ambition, but there's a line between ambition and narcissism." He reportedly couldn't stand how Kanye's ego seemed to overshadow his art. Crowe prefers musicians who let the music speak for itself, and he believed Kanye had long crossed that line. Their indirect feud began when Crowe publicly criticized celebrity culture, calling out artists who make it all about themselves, and fans immediately linked his comments to West. Whether true or not, Crowe never denied it, and that said plenty. 3. Justin Bieber. Russell Crowe's dislike for Justin Bieber might not surprise anyone. The two are polar opposites in personality and musical style. Crowe, who grew up on classic rock and folk, often expressed his frustration with modern pop's plastic feel, and Bieber was the perfect example for him. He once joked during a radio appearance, "If I had to sit through a Bieber concert, I'd probably start a bar fight just to get out." While half in jest, it reflected Crowe's deep frustration with how the industry prioritized fame and image over genuine musical craft. To Crowe, Bieber represented everything wrong with the modern music machine: overproduction, lack of authenticity, and obsession with trends. "Music used to be rebellion," he said. "Now it's choreography and sponsorship deals." 4. Liam Gallagher. When you put two strong-willed personalities like Russell Crowe and Liam Gallagher in the same room, sparks are bound to fly, and not the good kind. Gallagher's notorious attitude and endless feuds with everyone from his brother Noel to other rock stars didn't sit well with Crowe. The actor admired Oasis's early hits, but found Liam impossible to stomach as a person. During a press event in London years ago, the two reportedly exchanged a few heated words about what real rock and roll meant. Crowe later commented that Gallagher was a caricature of rebellion and too proud to grow up. Their clash became one of those stories whispered in entertainment circles, a meeting of two alpha personalities that could only end in conflict. 5. Marilyn Manson. Few artists polarize people like Marilyn Manson, and Russell Crowe was no exception. Crowe, who values authenticity and emotional depth in music, found Manson's shock rock persona more circus than substance. He never hid his distaste for musicians who rely on controversy for attention. Crowe reportedly said, "When you have to paint your face to get noticed, maybe the songs aren't doing the work." Manson's reputation for provocative stunts and dark imagery clashed with Crowe's belief that music should elevate, not shock for cheap headlines. Even though Crowe respected creative freedom, he drew the line at what he considered performance over purpose. 6. Kid Rock. Russell Crowe and Kid Rock are both known for their strong personalities. But that's exactly why they clashed. Their mutual dislike became public after a tense encounter at a celebrity charity event. Crowe described Kid Rock as trying too hard to be a rebel, and sources close to both said that the actor found him rude and attention-hungry. Kid Rock, on the other hand, mocked Crowe's Hollywood ego. The feud became more than personal, it was philosophical. Crowe saw Kid Rock's music as style without soul, while Kid Rock reportedly called Crowe a pretentious movie star who thinks he's a musician. Their Cold War never escalated into open conflict, but neither man had kind words for the other in interviews afterward. 7. Bono. Perhaps the most surprising name on the list is Bono, the U2 frontman. While most celebrities revere Bono for his humanitarian work, Crowe saw things differently. He believed Bono's activism often felt performative. Crowe reportedly said, "You can't preach humility from a private jet." He respected U2's early work, but grew disillusioned as Bono became more of a global figurehead than a musician. In one interview, Crowe admitted, "I think Bono's heart is in the right place, but sometimes it feels like a campaign, not compassion." It was a subtle but telling criticism from a man who values sincerity above all else. Crowe's take on Bono sparked debate among fans. Some agreed, saying the actor was just being honest, while others felt he was being unnecessarily harsh. But Crowe has always believed in speaking his truth, even when it's unpopular. What ties all these rivalries together isn't petty jealousy or random dislike. It's Crowe's uncompromising demand for authenticity. Whether in film or music, he values honesty, effort, and heart. In multiple interviews, he said that music should move your soul, not your wallet. Crowe's own band, 30-odd Foot of Grunts, may never have topped the charts, but it reflected his belief in genuine artistic expression. He's a musician's musician, one who plays for the love of it, not the fame. And that's exactly why he's so vocal about the artists he dislikes. To him, art is sacred, and anyone who treats it otherwise doesn't deserve admiration. At 61, Russell Crowe remains one of Hollywood's most fascinating figures, not just because of his acting career, but because of his fierce opinions and refusal to play nice for the sake of diplomacy. Whether you agree with him or not, his honesty is refreshing in an era of safe, PR-approved statements. These 7 musicians, Axl Rose, Kanye West, Justin Bieber, Liam Gallagher, Marilyn Manson, Kid Rock, and Bono, each represent something Crowe has pushed back against: ego, superficiality, or artificial fame. Yet ironically, his criticisms also reveal what he truly admires: musicians who live and breathe their art, who don't need masks or headlines to connect with people. In that sense, Crowe's dislikes tell us just as much about his values as his favorites do. So while some might call him harsh, others call him real, and that's exactly the way Russell Crowe likes it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Russell Crowe's honest opinions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss more stories like this from the world of film and music legends.